So we are back with more winger tier lists. Let's have a look and see what we've got today, because there is a lot of difference going on. I think the last time I did this was in the end of January, so I think pretty much everybody is different. We have got so many wingers to go through. Let me know down below. The first comment is, who are your wingers? Who are you representing? Is it anybody in this tier list? I hope so, but let's get into it then. So straight off the bat, we're going to go with Ginola. We've got the three different versions of him because we have got a decent kind of list. We've got the Golazo one that most definitely is the top of the top. We've got an SBC one that I think is still definitely up there. And then when it comes to the base version, I like it. I think he's still relevant. But the big question is he still in the S category? I think if I was looking at him compared to everybody else that we've got, I'm just going to go for the straight down tier. I think the S tier for the triple threat is a decent one. I do like the slight upgrade for the 92. It's a double upgrade at the minimum, so it is a nice one in that. So if you're looking to improve your team, make sure you're heading over to lootbar.gg. They are the best and most reliable coin service you can find. Also with the best 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using the code JT11, 8% off your first ever transaction, and then 5% off every time after that. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below. Coman and himself, we're going to go into the S. I think he is fantastic. I don't think he was ever going to be considered for the S+, unfortunately. That is kind of the very top of the top. So he's definitely up there, but he's not at the top of the top by any shout. Same with Felix. I think if he was to go with his 92, you could possibly argue it, to be fair to him. But I want to say, you've had to have done the showdown for him as well to make him into the 92. But I want to say, what is this double playstyle? Yeah, it's the technical, which technically is fine. That's more than fine. But the chip shot plus, for me, is just not the one. There's some people that might really like it. I personally don't think it's worth it. Dembele, on the other hand, I don't know where his other one is. Oh, it's down here. Hello. We've obviously got the 90 rated one. He's managed to actually get a bit of an upgrade as well, which is just phenomenal in itself. We should be seeing that today, in fact. Are we on Wednesday? Yeah, we should be seeing that today. So he should be getting a double upgrade, I want to say, from the last match for PSG, which is fantastic for him because he needed it big time. But we still have the 90 rated that is absolutely brilliant as well. Both of them have got the rapid. The fantasy one has got the rapid / technical plus, so it is just a little bit of an upgrade. And I'd say now, with that bigger upgrade, it's going to definitely put him into that top end. Once he hits that 93, the stats are going to be up there. For me, I think that is definitely a card well worth looking at. If he was just still 91, I could possibly argue he's just an S. But with that double upgrade that is in waiting, it has been achieved. I think that's going to be a brilliant, brilliant card going in. Then we look at a few of the icons. We have Butra, we have Lineker, we have Ian Wright. Is that all the winter wild cards that are there? There we go. And we've got him, Hugo Sanchez. So these definitely came in all at once. We also had someone like an O in there as well, which to be honest just isn't really going for. You kind of know what I'm going to say with a lot of these. Butra, I still think is absolutely brilliant. He is a stunning, stunning card when it comes to it. He has now had an upgrade and gone back to that striker role, but I really liked this upgrade for the left wing. He managed to get a bit more pace. He got himself the 4-star, 5-star rather than a 3-5, which is always nice, and obviously did get himself a quick step plus rather than technical. For me, I prefer it. I like quick step and also like the rapid. The technical is nice, but it's not necessarily my cup of tea. Then we look at the rest of them. I feel like Ian Wright as an SBC would probably be more into the A+ as well, and I'd probably go with something along the lines of that. I wasn't a massive fan of Lineker. I think he's definitely got a nice upgrading compared to his base. But when we're looking at the card nowadays, I just don't think he really copes. And to be honest, you could possibly argue the same with Hugo. But I do think Hugo was just that little bit better. Just because he's staring at me and I need to get him gone. Alwaran, I absolutely love him. I think he's a fantastic card. Even just for the 90, the SBC coming in at 650. All the lovely chemistry boosts. He's got the rapid and also a finesse shot plus. I really can't see what's wrong with it. Same with Dybala as well. I'm pretty sure he's still in an SBC. I've not seen anything for a Serie A player of the month, so he's got until, he's only got till the 8th, so you've got a few more days left. I think he's a fantastic card as well. He's a brilliant double upgrade now from his last player of the month. So he had an 89 last month, he's now got a 90 this month. Whether we see another one, could we get a 91? But team of the season's going to be right around the corner for him as well. We then see a few of the others. We got Jarzinho, I think probably into more of the S now more than anything. I'd say the same for Futra as well. Garnacho and Doku, they're two that I remember when they came out, they were like, everybody wanted them. Garnacho was like $1.5 million, Doku was $2.5 million. Now we're looking at Doku's coming in at a whopping 500k, which I must admit is a little bit more than I thought it would be, and Garnacho's coming in at 620. Don't get me wrong, two very good cards for the time of them, and are they going to get anything more? This is the big thing with anything Future Stars, is it's not all based around kind of their top card, because they could both get into footies, both get a 96, 97. I don't know if both of them, well, I know full well that Garnacho hasn't done enough for team of the season, and to be honest, I'd probably say the same for Doku as well. If there's only going to be a starting team and a bench, I just don't see both of them in it. Maybe in the future, that could be the future of wingers, we don't know, hopefully. But in terms of them right now, I definitely think they're in a little bit of the lower category. When it comes to Doku, I did like him, but I must admit I did like him a little bit less than Garnacho. And that's just a personal preference. I can imagine a lot of people will have different opinions. They probably prefer Doku over him. But we've got the Rapid Plus, and then we've got the Trickster for Doku, and we've got Finesse and Acrobatic for obviously Garnacho. So I do think both of them are on the same level. But like I said, I just preferred Garnacho, even though I really like the Rapid Plus. That normally is my go-to. Doku for me just wasn't quite hitting the spot, and Garnacho might be just a bit biased anyway. Throwing in another youngster, I want to say. He is young, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's young, but we'll see. He is Mudryk. He is coming in at a whopping 23 years old, 488,000. Now we're starting to see, when it came to fantasies, it came to Ultimate Birthday, and now into the Galazzo, they are getting more higher rated, but cheaper. 488k, you get a 5-star, 4-star, or 4-star, 5-star, depending on what you choose, and most definitely a decent combination again. He has got the Rapid Plus and the Travella that I am absolutely all for. I think he is a fantastic card. Whether I'd go S plus S will depend. What I'll do is we'll get to the end of all of them, because there's still quite a few to go with, and we'll kind of judge through what's the ranking of them, what's the better version. Because when it comes to looking at them like now I'm thinking, okay, well, if we've got Team of the Years to come in, we've got a few more icons to come in, is he really as good as the kind of ones up here? For a kind of temporary basis, I'm going to say yes, but we will see. Let's fire in a few more then. Ansu can go there. Chiesa. Ooh, let me just have a look at Chiesa, because Chiesa is way, way better. Every single time his stats are absolutely on point. Rapid Plus Travella, 1.3 mil, 5'4". That's a very nice card. 97 pace, 90 shooting, 94 dribbling, 90 composure. It's been a while since we've looked at these cards. I want to say I looked at him at the very start, just before he got the upgrades. Figo, I feel like, could definitely do with the upgrade. Whether we see a Galazzo version, I think the only two that we've got leaked so far is Garincha and Kaka, I want to say. Two massive Brazilians going into it. Diaz can definitely go up there. Martinelli, it's such a shame with him. He is definitely coming down now. Pires, I know a lot of people will kind of back on that one. I think he's decent, but not good enough in any stretch. Nedved this year is really fallen off as well. I don't know what they did with him, because we had the likes of kind of like a Raul, who beforehand was just, he was standard. Like, he could score goals, but he was never in anybody's teams. Nedved was decent. Like, Nedved had a decent wing on him. Now they've just absolutely broken him. McManaman, I'd probably have to go A. Pulisic can go down in the B+. Ooh, is it Kelly or Hemp? I can't remember which one I prefer. I'm pretty sure it's Hemp that I prefer. Kelly's obviously got the 90 rated, Rapid Plus, Whipped Pass, 900,000, 4.5. Then I'm pretty sure Hemp is I want to say a Future Star 91, I want to say. SBC, yeah, that's right. So we did have the Thunderstruck. So I'd go with Kelly into the A. And where is Hemp? We'll just add her in then. So she's definitely going into the A as well. I think both of them, for the Man City ladies, either side, Both a very good upgrade. I want to say, I don't think the Man City ladies have a striker of that sort of caliber. They've got the Jamaican striker, I want to say. I think she's only got an inform at 86. So unfortunately, it isn't enough to make that trio, because that could be really good. I think it is Shaw could be, if she's a 90-91, alongside these two. Not a bad little wing set. Swanson, absolutely love. I think the same as Rodman, wherever she is. I know she's a 92. Now I figured out how they're actually downloaded. It was because there was no league in there. She again is fantastic with a quick step. Both of them, especially if you then were to look at a Smith team of the year, you was looking at maybe an Ultimate Birthday Morgan. That's a definite trio you're looking at to really spice it up. When we come to the lower end, I think Kvaratskhelia could do with the upgrade now as well. We've had a few decent evolutions from him, but not enough to really put him in that end game. Mahrez is probably the same as well. I like the 5-5. He's definitely always been a good player. This year he's just not quite there. Same as Nico Williams. He's slowly coming now out of the relevancy. I could probably even go as far as B+, because his main attribute was the pace. Politano's definitely going one up. I think he's got stats, but he's just cheap for the rating. I really like that about him. Now, Rashford. I really want a higher rated Rashford. I think he's slowly really losing it. Whenever I've come up against him, normally you look at the Centurions when that face first came out, and obviously then the Fire and Ice. He was dangerous. Now, I really don't care if he's in the team. He really is dropped off an absolute planet for this card, unfortunately. I may be on my own here. There might be people that disagree, but I just don't think he's really that good anymore. Rodrigo, would I go into the S for him? I think he's one of them ones that gets there once he hits the footies, but he's just not quite enough. Rapid Trickster. I'm going to keep him there. We then have the Brazilian pairing. We obviously have the two Vinnies, 91, 92. I think they are definitely great for the actual player. In fact, Neymar's got another one as well. I don't think the player of the month is worth it. And that's just what my personal stance on him. I think he's come at the wrong time. When you look at the 91, he's coming in at 1.1 million. Granted, 29 days, you've got a chance that he could be into Team of the Season, which I think he should be, meaning you could probably get it done quite quickly. But the problem you've got with that is the fact that there's going to be SBCs on top of him as well that are going to be better. The Team of the Season, I think they go massive SBC heavy, and I think that's going to really pull him away from it. And then you're going to be so far away from his Team of the Season, but he still is a top card if you want to do him. Just depends on what you've got in your position. Neymar is Neymar. I don't think there's really any arguments there. We have Chris. Great German card. Again, like Politano, he's got the stats to back it up. You could possibly even go one above him, to be honest. I think he is very good in game. Gully, I'd happily go with an A. I think he's another one that as an SBC, he was just cheap, very affordable, and did his job. Same with Reeton. Can we drop one out, in fact? No, that should do me. Obviously, with Saka, we've got the 91, and then we've also got the 92. Finally, he got an upgrade. The 91 definitely did a service, but I think that one is pretty much done now. That one doesn't have a Playstyle Plus either, whereas we love the new Saka. You can obviously go with the 4-5 or the 5-4, which is lovely, and he does have the Power Shot and Tiki Taka. Maybe not the greatest Playstyle Pluses. Like, I love the Power Shot. Tiki Taka is okay at a very minimum, but the 5-star, 4-star, and a 4-5 is absolutely brilliant. And then pretty much after Willian, we have got the best of the best now. Now, if we're going to just go straight into it, Hansen being a Team of the Year, very easy to represent. Ronaldinho, I don't think there's many questions. And I'd say Salah. I have gone with the striker Salah, and I think you could go with pretty much any version bar from maybe the first inform and the gold and put him in this top category because as a winger, he's exceptional. Then we have Leao. Honestly, as a winger, I kind of like him, but then I kind of don't. I think he's very expensive for what the card actually is. It's an upgradable one, which is nice. So the Rapid Plus, the Whipped Pass is brilliant. And the fact that he can go up even more is great. But I would say he's definitely overhyped, in my opinion, compared to what other cards you can get for that price. It's just an interesting take for me. Diani would go into the S. Ribery, I would probably still go into the S now at this point. Awaran, see, I do like the upgrade, but I don't think he's that much crazier. I think he's definitely good. We go with Best in there. We go with Garincha. To be fair, I did prefer Garincha's winter wildcard. We'll go one down, and then Mane is quite an easy one. Definitely losing it now a little bit more as well. He did obviously get a very, very nice upgrade, which we'll always absolutely take. He went from his FC Pro Live, managed to get the 4-5 of the 5-4, quick step, and also power shot. And that is going to be the list. Wingers, I must admit, very, very hard to rank depending on what you actually use them for. This is my list. Let me know if you've got any opinions, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.